through the process of what I think about when I'm making a track in Logic, and I have not spent nearly as much enough time doing this as I would have liked over the past 9 months or whatever. But anyways, okay. So in Logic, I'm just gonna stick with well, what the heck? I'm gonna go with a slower tempo. So I just dropped in a drummer first, which sound I'm gonna go at like so it's not so frenetic. I'm gonna go at 95 beats per minute, and I made the drummer like electronic or whatever, and kept the beat simple and not too loud. So it sounds like this. Hopefully you can hear it. It's kind of hokey. It's just like freaking hokey. So I'm gonna make it more simple. You know what I mean? Like hokey. I don't need swing. I don't need any fills. That's another thing you can do with drums in GarageBand or um, in yeah in Logic. You can choose different. Why was there a fill? I don't need a fill. No fills. I'm taking out the fills. And okay, that's a simple beat. Okay, a lot of times you want to stick with a simple beat when you're tracking, so that it doesn't get cluttered. You know what I mean? If you're gonna do something electronic, yeah, so you can create your own stuff that doesn't get interrupted by the busyness of the drum track. Okay, so that's going, which is cool. And then I found just one pad in here as an instrument, Titanic Waves. So I octave down so I can give myself a nice bed, and I think I'm gonna go with like a C fifth, and then down a step to a B flat, which kind of sounds like this. You know, keep it simple. Now from there, a lot of times you hear like it would go to like a flat seven to a four, and this is kind of getting theoretical, but whatever. But C to B flat, that's one step apart. C ba ba, and then so a lot of times you would also hear like a C, B flat, F, back to the C, which would be like this. Which is pretty predictable, but it works because people's ears like it. And I may do that, but I think I'm gonna switch a couple things up and do like four, which would be F, and then down to an E flat, and see what that sounds like. So let me just roll and get the bed down. That's what I call the pad along with the drum beat. So am I still rolling? I am. Lovely. Okay. Now you're gonna see a lot of me right here, and hopefully, maybe I'll try to explain while I'm doing it. Okay. All right. So beat is gonna go 95 beats per minute, and I'm gonna lay down my pad. Okay, that'll give me just a basic harmonic structure, and I'm gonna keep it super simple, and then you build up from there, from the simplicity. Okay, here we go. And that kind of worked. Okay, so explaining on guitar what I'm thinking here. So I'm going to switch up and do... maybe I'll throw down a guitar part just to see what it sounds like. It's getting a little warm in the basement, so I'm going to go off camera and take off my shirt. It sucks is I'm gonna have to. Oh, I hope you like the yellow bandana. I've been rocking it for a couple days, or oh jeez, or whatever. But, you know, it's cool. All right. Okay, so here's the earth. This is cool. All right, so I got. And you can probably hear a little bit of the popping in there, or a little bit of this stuff going on. But I have a SM57 microphone set up pointed directly towards me so I can pick up my guitar. And then I have a condenser microphone right over here. Okay? Which, you know, I'm not running a 3-camera shoot, so, derp, you know? Alright, so to figure out the harmonic structure, I'm going to show you with guitar. Okay, so it's going to be in the key of C. That's kind of neat. So let me record that in there. And I'm going to do the pad. So a lot of times when you're trying to figure out what you're going to build up from, your brain takes different paths, right? So I started with the pad and it wasn't inspiring me or whatever. I wanted a little bit more rhythm and something that I'm comfortable with. So I'm going to go with the guitar. And so I'm going to record a guitar track that is going to be pretty clean and pretty when you do a live instrument like this, especially on the fly when you're doing something quick, you want to let's see, okay, you want to, where was I going with that? No input monitoring, that would be bad. Record enable, alright, cool. Okay, yeah, you want to record a live instrument track lower than you would think that you would need to, because you can always boost the signal a little bit. You might pick up a little bit of noise if you're boosting it, but that's a risk I'm willing to take, because if you record something too hot, wow, why would it do that? I don't know. If you're recording something too hot, then you could peek out the microphone and you could peek out the system, and it would just sound terrible, and there's no getting back from that. Okay? So what I did in the track is I just made a drummer and then looped it and then just made it super, super long so that I have enough room to work, you know, originally. And then I'm going to take out... I'm going to pull out the timeline and even extend it even further. And then just zoom all the way out so I can just get the grand view of what's going on. Okay, and I'm going to label my track that I'm recording guitar on. Of course, is going to be labeled as, you guessed it, guitar. Okay? And, alright, let's see. Let me zoom in a little bit so I can get to the beginning of a drum beat. Okay, so here we go with the take with the guitar. So I'm going to give, and what should we call this? Come on. Ah, whatever. Think of a name while I'm doing this. Okay, here we go. With a guitar progression. Here we go. That wasn't right. Okay, so take two. But this gives you an opportunity to go to where you were recording and listen to what it sounds like. Okay, here we go. That wasn't right. Okay, so take two. But this gives you an opportunity to go to oven's beeping. I wonder if anybody's gonna take the initiative to go stop it. I don't know. Okay, so take two. So I'm going to do 2 bars of C, 2 bars of B flat, and then 2 bars of C again, and then 1 bar of B flat, 1 bar of F, and then 2 bars of C. And that's like your form. Okay, so that would be 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so it's an 8-bar phrase. 10-bar phrase? I don't know. Let's see. And sometimes you don't know when you get going. Okay, here we go. Yeah, okay. Let it roll 2-bar intro. So you could hear it coming together. You know, like it just feels better now. Now I'm going to switch up to a electric guitar. And actually, let me see if I can float on top of that with the pad that I've already got. No. So let me switch over to always save, by the way. Save. And you should have a name for the project. My name is Loose Change. holes in pockets. I don't know why. I think because I just saw a bunch of change in a bowl. So there we go. And zoom back out. Let me do a sound check. Let me affect that a little bit. And I just threw on a little bit of reverb along with... Okay, so I turned it into sharp chorus and then put some reverb on it. The EQ's pretty flat, but it boosts the highs. I'm going to boost the lows. Sounds kind of cool. There we go. So I boosted a couple other EQ ranges and threw the reverb on there, etc. Alright, so I got some ideas, and you can roll with these. So that's the basic progression. Okay, so now let me go back to the Titanic waves and see if something strikes me down below to go along with the... That sounded bad. Strikes me to float above or around that guitar part. So I'm gonna, okay, there we go. I'm just gonna do a take and mess around. Okay, so where I'm at, what I did before is not working. So I'm gonna try to octave up. See what a C up high is going to sound like. Okay. Kind of neat. And a lot of times you want to keep on going after your original track's done to see what happens with the progression if you just stick with a different instrument. kind of neat. There's definitely some good melodies in there. Okay, so when you're recording, and I'm terrible at this, and I think a lot of other people are terrible at this too. The proclivity would be to go back and listen to it and be like, okay, and then take stuff out or whatever. I am going to try to fix that habit and go mute the Titanic waves and try a different, just try something else that will hopefully go along with it. So give me a second, I got to get a wrench for my rig. And then I'll be able to pick back up again, okay? All right. I gotta do a demonstration video of just the ridiculous rig that I have set up down here. It's silly. Music stand. I mean, do it with the GoPro. It'll be rad. Okay. All right. And I finally am in a position where I can sit. Hi. And I got my microphones plugged in here and everything. Got my whole other rig over there and my lighting. Cooking with gas, buddy. All right, so let me tighten this down. Okay. Ooh, it's spicy. Yeah, that ain't going anywhere now. Okay, I'll do a takedown here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll my let me roll okay, I'm gonna mute the original one and keep it, of course, and you can do whatever the heck you want to do with all this. And I'm gonna roll with the guitar. And throw in another software instrument. Now, that's not even very good mic placement. And I think the guitar sounds pretty freaking good. Let me try another. I don't think that. Hold on. Alright, so I'm just going to be picking and choosing soft synths. Okay, I should have been recording. Okay, so that's a nice little thing. It sounds like a river. I don't know. I don't want to analyze it too much. Okay, so I'm gonna noodle around for a minute, and then and see how that lines up with the guitar. I mean, I'm not happy. I mean, I'm happy with it, but we're what am I trying to say? Okay, so that was kind of neat. I thought there was some good stuff in there. So my brain goes to bass now, and I'm gonna. Shall we bust out the acoustic or the electric bass? No, let's do a synth. Okay. So I'm gonna throw both of those back in there, see what happens, and shove one to the side, shove one to the other side. Guitar will stay center, and then so I'll put Titanic Waves all the way to the left, 80s Wave Synth all the way to the right, and then actually let me give it a little space. So I'll put about 3/4 each way. And then I'll do, okay, there's the guitar, and I'm going to do another track, actually software instrument. And then I'm going to go with just a simple bass. Fretless? No. Fingerstyle, muted bass, pick bass, stinger bass. What the H is a stinger bass? Upright studio bass. That sounds fun. Now, let's see. No. That would be dumb for this track. No. So let me see what stinger bass is all about. That's dumb. Pick bass. No. Fingerstyle bass. I need a synth bass. Edgy synth, fizzy, layered bass. What the H is that? Let me see. No. And what's cool about Logic 2 is you can just press the arrow down and it can go to a different preset. Let me see what Hoover bass. That might inspire you to do something else, right? Okay, now that's weird, and that brings me to a different tangent. So I'm going to go to later on in the project. I'm going to lay something down with just that, and it'll be kind of maybe we can turn it into a break or something. Okay, check it out. I think I know what I'm doing with that. Check it out one more time. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Alright. So hopefully there's some enough weirdness in there that you can chop and like freaking mess with it and go crazy with it. I think that would be a cool just a big breakdown. Anyway, always save. Remember, file, save, not save as. I mean, you can save as, but it just takes up too much time. Okay, so that's a dumb bass. But I'm going to save that track and I'm going to do another bass track and see what happens with it. It's not a dumb bass. It's just like it's too busy. It's too all over the place. So I'm going to go back to synth. Bass, I just want something simple. Tesla bass? Yeah, that's going to be simple. Synth E-bass. Okay, let's see. No. Trap bass, unstable bass. Yeah, right. Rough synth bass, retro fuzz, rave 1994. Yeah. Hold on. I have a text message from Amazon. When did they start doing this? I mean, I've gotten one before, but like it just freaks me out. Oh, great. Your Amazon order has been delivered. Have a great day. Merry Christmas. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All right. Bass. Right. That's not going to work. Right? I need something to just fit in there. No. I mean, you might want to EQ this a little bit, but this is kind of, I mean, this will work. Okay, here we go. take two on that one. I mean, I guess it'll work. The weird envelope filter thing is freaking messing me up. All right, and I mean, ordinarily I would say don't delete anything that you've made, but don't be afraid to delete stuff. Sometimes it's just like annoying to have to sift through a lot of other stuff. So if you just delete it, it's just gone, and then forget about it. Okay, here we go. Let the rest of it roll for a little bit. Always save. Yeah, definitely some cool stuff in there. File, save. Man, I should have been doing this every day for the past 10 months. But I have kids. You know, ugh. I love my kids more than anything in the world. But there's difficulties in being a recording person when they're running around and you're in the basement. Okay. So, let me explain a couple things that I did. Let me get back to the video here. Okay, so I'm getting tired. So what happened was I just kind of noodled around with the bass, and you can quantize it and you can make it fit. What you're doing. If you want it to line up like that, but I like to swing with my playing and whatever and go around the time, if that makes sense, because it makes it a little bit more expressive for me. Okay, and oof. There we go. So okay, so we got a pad, we got a rhythm guitar, and we have a bass line, and then another synth melody line kind of floating around in there. I'm gonna see if I can figure out a high lead. I guess that's what I would want next. Whoops, what happened there? Let me go back to Logic. Remember your shortcuts, shortcuts, shortcuts. And I'm just gonna roll. I'm gonna hit a new track, software instrument, yada yada. Roll. I'm gonna figure out a synth lead. That's not too freaking annoying. But I'm just gonna hit record and go and mess around and see if I can figure out something, because the flow is happening, my friend. The flow is happening. Alloy lead? What does that mean? What, the H? How did that... I can't change it? Okay. When you're recording, you can't change it. Never mind. Take that again. These are things to learn about Logic. I should have known that, but... So I'm just going to hit play. Can I change while I'm... Okay. So that's just a vintage electric piano. All right, let me go back to synthesizer and then lead. Ambient lead. That sounds too generic. Alias Bender lead. Arctic noise. Ooh, this kind of has a wintry feel to it. Let's see. Nope. Celtic flute and strings. Okay. Too distracting. Soft saw lead. Getting there. No. Okay. I'm just going to do something simple with that. This is mellow poly. And I'm going to gravitate towards the third. Hit record. See what happens. now's my time to shine with a lead. I don't know. Kind of cool. All right, always save. Remember, file, save. You don't need to. Okay, now is not your time to mix or whatever. Okay, so I got all those things put in there, and I mean, sounds kind of cool. So I am going to hopefully get this saved and then sent over to you so you can mix to your heart's content. Do whatever you want with it. You can pull out the project file even wider. You can add some stuff. You can chop it up. You can pick out different sections. I mean, you can make a whole different piece out of it. Like the end right there where it was super like sparse and airy, which is nice. Kind of sounded like a new song to me anyway, but like ways more simple than what I was doing at the beginning with the full progression. So that could maybe turn into an intro, could turn into an outro, which it already is right now. So right now everything's just kind of all in there, and it's kind of like painting. If you are a painter, or if you've gotten into that before, and everybody's kind of a painter in their own right, because we've all had art classes or whatever. But what you want to do, what's cool about music as opposed to painting is, with painting you throw up all the paint on the canvas or whatever you're working with, whatever your medium, or however you're making the piece of art, and you have to work with what's on there. And you cannot really subtract unless you like cut it off or whatever, or paint over it. But with music, is you can take out, copy, paste. You can make something with whatever you got going on, and then if there's no rules really. You just need to get it finished. Okay, so that's as finished as I'm going to get it for today because of the kids upstairs. So I'm going to save and then see if I can bounce it out to you. Hope you enjoyed this little lesson. It's one take, and I just kind of rolled. So I hope you get a little something out of it, and there you go. But take the session file and then do whatever you want, okay? You can take just like a simple little bass line and make a track out of that. You can take the progression and make a track out of that. You can take the bass breakdown and just kind of chop it up. You can copy the notes, put it into a different track, whatever. Okay? So there we go. And my wife's calling me. So peace out.